We are back and my sink is fixed, so no more dripping, hopefully at all in the background, if it stays fixed. Kind of like a little band-aid fix right now while waiting for parts. But anyway, we are going to the caverns today. We have good luck and we need money, so let's do that. For some reason my voice is being difficult, I guess, and so I sound kind of weird, but I'm just going to power through it. I also, for some reason, just decided to eat a Thai pepper that was ripe from my garden, and so that's also a factor, which I don't know why I did that, knowing I was going to go inside and record, but I did, so I don't know. I'm making a lot of tough decisions early on. But we're going to the caverns. It should be a smooth run. And I know I already said yesterday, or in the last episode, that we are going 2 days in a row. So we're also going to go tomorrow, not for as long. So we'll tackle some other stuff tomorrow too. But I guess we'll focus on right now instead. I still don't have explosive ammo. But like right off the bat, drop shaft is pretty cool. And so it's hard not to keep this run already. Oh goodness. You know what I didn't even realize until just now, but I don't have a lucky ring yet. And usually I will kind of grind those out pretty early on, just because that extra luck is so beneficial. But I haven't done it yet. And you can do it by just resetting floors until you get crates and smashing open crates or whatever way you like to do it. That's how I usually do it. Or I'll use Blade's Predictor, which can basically tell you what floors a lucky ring might appear on. And then you can reset those floors each day or like over and over again. It's kind of complicated, but I don't know, I'd like to do that soon. Maybe I'll get that done in early summer, since I'm already just about done with this run, or this spring in actual recording, so. And as you can see, we fast forwarded, and we're already almost on floor 200. So this run, needless to say, is pretty solid. We also got an auto petter, which even though we don't really need that, it is kind of nice if we accidentally forget to pet chickens or goats and cows. And so I just need an auto grabber, and that way I can avoid using a milk pail, you know. So I don't know if we'll get that anytime soon, but it is nice having the auto petter, which I think is a little more rare, or if not, it's more valuable in my opinion. And yeah, what is that, 350-ish Iridium and some free sprinklers? That's a pretty good run. I don't think we got any rain totems. That is something that we're still kind of holding out for, hoping that we get. But I know I haven't forced any yet, so hopefully they'll show up sooner than later. And we're just going to head back. So we got 8. Ooh, that's really good. We got 8 prismatic shards, so that'll make gifting in the future much, much, much easier. Anybody who we can't find loved gifts for will now just get an iridium, or not iridium, a prismatic shard, so that'll be nice. And that'll speed things up a little bit, as well as the rabbit's foot. We got 2 rabbit's feet. And so we can actually finally get around to getting the luck charm, which I feel like every episode I think I already have it, but I don't. And I know that for a fact now. And we will be getting it tomorrow. Not next episode, but tomorrow, as in Stardew Valley tomorrow. And we really need it because it turns, like I said before, it turns worst luck days basically into kind of bad luck days, kind of bad luck into neutral, and so on. So it's not exactly that, but it's similar. So we really need to get that, especially since we don't have the luck ring. And then we'll start getting our crystallariums inside, I don't like having them outside for some reason, and I don't really use my house, so I might as well just keep them inside. And as we expand the house, we'll dedicate one full room to crystallariums. And maybe eventually make a shed, probably not on this run. And we're also going to start moving all of our ingredients into our spring chest. And it looks like we have almost everything we need. I didn't see if we had morel mushrooms. We have one, so we still need a couple more, which is fine. I think one is necessary for cooking, but it's also necessary for shipping and for crafting. So we'll do that sooner than later. But today we're going to do other stuff instead. Our luck was decent. I've reset this day many, many times. It wasn't perfect, but it was good enough. So we will do a couple little errands in the morning and then go to the caverns later, just because I think it was a neutral luck day or something like that, so it wasn't really worth dedicating the whole day to the caverns, especially when we still had a little list of things to do, which are more tappers. We got super lucky and got an apple in the cave, which means we actually have all 3 apples we need, which is really cool. We technically don't need an apple tree for the community center anymore, but we do still need it for everything else. And then we're going to go to the luck truck and give him the rabbit's foot for the charm. Get our cheese from the desert. We're buying coal today because we're actually out of it. And so that's going to be $250 a pop, I think. And then we'll do another geode and museum run and hit the caverns. So kind of a busy day, but at least it's not completely errand filled or completely cavern filled. I kind of like having a mixed day like this because they're not as common. And then we'll pet the cat. We haven't been good about petting the cat, but that apple is really nice. I'm really surprised because some runs I've tried to do in the past, I was basically banking on an apple or just really hoping I can get one single apple from the cave or all 3 of them, and it's really uncommon, so that's kind of a nice little stroke of luck. Though I guess technically I would prefer other fruits at this point, just because I need them for artisan build, I think, or artisan bundle, I think. I could be wrong, but we have a ton of iridium already, but we're going to sell some of it now so we can buy the coal, which means we have to grind more iridium, which is a little unfortunate, but we'll make up for it and we should be okay. Since we had a pretty decent skull cavern day yesterday, I'm a little more optimistic about our money, especially if we can have another day like that today, even with like a half day, but we'll see. So yeah, we're gonna run to the desert, just doing our quick trade of artifact troves, so we can get a few other artifacts knocked out, as well as like the cheese. Mainly the cheese, that's the most important thing. But I figured since I was already going, I might as well get some artifact troves so we can start getting the not dolls, but the other artifacts that aren't minerals, basically. And I really wish my voice was being less challenging. Like I feel like it's going out, but I don't really talk very much, so it doesn't make sense. And I'm not sick, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just dehydrated or something, I don't know. But yeah, so there's our weird rabbit foot. I don't know what the deal is with this dude. He's like a delivery driver. I don't know where they live, but I guess they want a rabbit's foot. It's really, I don't know. I feel like there's better ways to get a rabbit's foot aside from like hanging out and waiting for some dude to walk up to your truck. So I don't know, whatever. That's neither here nor there, but so we're gonna get like 150 coal, 125 coal, and that way we have enough money to still crack some geodes and buy like just some random things. we're really going for it. I don't know why I bought that much. I don't know if I'll have enough to crack all my geodes now. I don't think I will. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I had a plan. I know I'm I'm doing this with the predictor, so I know how many I need to open and what order I need to open them in. And so I get the most useful pattern, I guess. Otherwise, artifact troves can be really hit and miss. And I think, let's see. I mean, I don't know. We're doing pretty well in the museum. I don't think we're close to 100% yet, but I know we have Krobus is out and about now, or we're able to access him now. And overall, I think we're doing pretty well. So I'm not too worried about the museum. I don't think there's any. I don't know if there's any artifacts that I really need early. Like there's none that are super hard to get at this point, except maybe some of the bone stuff, like the hand, like the skeletal hand is kind of a pain. But nothing I have to worry about yet, not until a really long time. So, and our museum is starting to become very unorganized. It's very the bottom little table is looking pretty rough. At some point we'll fix that. We got into the crystallarium, that's kind of nice. And at some point, like once we have more crops, we'll come back here and grab those rare crows. So we still need Sam and Krobus and Jasmine. It looks like an Elliot for gifts. And Marnie too. So we have a few people left over. They're all sort of concentrated in one area, so maybe we can knock them out relatively easily. But I don't know, it depends. We might just go to the caverns and sort of forget about it. I think have we only gone to the caverns once this week? Maybe twice? Or maybe 3 times after today. That's not too bad. Like I feel like 3 is the bare minimum that you want to visit the caverns, especially on a run like this. If you're trying to make like 13 million gold. And yeah, we have 153 iridium bars, which isn't anything to sneeze at. Like that's a pretty solid amount. But we still need like, I think double that just about in the next 7 days. So we have a little bit of work to do. And because I think next Thursday, I want to say, is when we want to go buy pretty much everything. Like that would be the ideal day to get it all done. We don't have to get it all by then, but we want to at least buy all of the deluxe speed grow. I think we're buying something like 1,000, maybe 1,000 or 2,000 deluxe speed grow, and almost 1,000 starfruit seeds. So yeah, that's like pretty near $500,000 that we need to come up with. Which that sounds stressful out loud, but it isn't. And if today goes well, that'll put us in a little bit better of a spot. But I don't know. Oh, we must have used a rock candy yesterday, and I didn't even notice. Because it was Thursday. I assume we did. Otherwise, we might have one backed up. But since we did so well yesterday, it must have been that. That rock candy can really carry you pretty heavily. But you can definitely tell this is not a very lucky day because we've been on floor 3 for way too long. It's crazy how much different it can be. And I'm a little surprised I didn't reset from that. Because that's kind of like, that's where I reset the most, when it's like those early floors. And I probably just didn't want to do all that morning stuff over again. I don't know, maybe it's picking up. Maybe it's not as bad as I was thinking it was. I am pretty eager to get into summertime because I can't remember how hard it is to plant 900 crops in one day. I think it's relatively quick. Oh, maybe not. I hope it's not too bad. Like, I hope I don't end up biting off more than I can chew when it comes to large amounts of crops. I think we should be in pretty good shape. And I know, like, so next week we'll also have to start doing our main field prep. So we'll definitely lose a day or two to, like, farm prep work. We have to fully clear the farm, fully till the farm, get all the sprinklers laid out, get a parsnip crop laid down. And I think that's about it, but that's kind of a lot. It's sort of a lot of work that goes into, like, the initial setup of the star fruit. Jeez, oh my goodness. The star fruit farm, but it pays off pretty well. And it makes it so summer is really easy and just planting instead of having to do any kind of hoeing whatsoever. And it looks like we might actually make it to floor 100 today, which is kind of surprising, considering we left at noon or so, or started heading down at around noon. So that's pretty good. If we actually get there, it would be nice because you get the bonus chest. But if not, that's good too. A lot of the time the chests don't have, like, the most valuable stuff, like a lot of hats. And so I don't want to risk, well, if I passed out it wouldn't matter either, but I usually don't like to pass out for whatever reason. But I also don't really want to use stairs, knowing that I'm probably going to go home pretty soon. I usually try to save stairs for when I really, really need them, or on, like, deeper runs. Like, ideally I would get a drop shaft, I guess, but a drop shaft this early can get kind of annoying because you'll only fall to floor 100. I want to say in earlier versions, you used to be able to fall past floor 100, and so you would actually skip this floor. I guess I don't know, I think I need, maybe I didn't need an apricot. I think I already have one growing. If not, that was a mistake, but I guess we'll find out. We didn't get a ton of iridium, but we got enough to make it worth it. What is that, 25 bars worth? Just about? A little bit more? So I don't know, that's a pretty good chunk of change. Not nearly as much as it should be, but that's okay. And then we'll keep expanding our furnaces. I'm a little behind on my goal for furnaces too, because I know I said I wanted somewhere around 30 or 40, and I think I have 28 right now. So that'll be something. Oh, I got 2 iridium sprinklers. That's huge. Those will be incredibly helpful, assuming I actually utilize them. I have a bad habit of, like, finding sprinklers, and then I'll just set them, like, right where I'm setting them right now, and not really fully utilize the value that they have. So, fingers crossed that I learned something, but I don't think I did. And I don't know if we can maybe we'll do a community center next week, or next time we have a bad luck, because we have a lot of junk in there that we can empty that chest out with. And I guess we made a little bit of money today, nothing too crazy. Just with some kale and other miscellaneous crops. And then tomorrow, I guess we have really bad luck. So I guess we're going to go to the community center. So I'll see you then.